Let's take the Lookalike Contest. Did they find children that looked like you?
Oh, yes, they did.
Actually had 2 kids that won it, and we all went to a limousine, picked them up, and went to Carowinds amusement park.
Right.
And we started walking down the aisles, and they put us on the roller coaster. And the roller coaster took off, and about 5 seconds, 10 seconds into it, it stops. Here comes security. They said, rock and roll, y'all have got to leave the park.
Yeah.
Because the crowd?
Everybody in this park is at the exit and the entrance.
Yes.
Said, y'all have closed down the park.
Yeah, they couldn't do nothing. But we got to go back when they closed the park down.
Oh, they gave you a private...
yes,
oh,
they
that's
go back
cool.
with the kids. But they did, it actually really happened. And you know what, and the 2 kids, the mother and daddy used to bring them, and I just seen them not long ago.
They're grown.
Now they've grown up and they got little kids, and they still had the pictures, and I hung them up in my wrestling school. They gave to me them when they're little and now when they're big, and it's unbelievable, man.
That's great. Now, please tell me you remember the dream date, and please tell me there's a good story there.
Well, it was a good story, but understand me, most of them were underage. We had chaperones.
The women?
Yes, they were.
Bill Apter was chaperone.
You know, Bill Apter and Doug Edwards was the chaperone.
You are totally safe if Bill Apter's on the date, because there's no way for a cock to get hard if Bill Apter is in your line of vision in any way. I will go on record and say that immediately. So a fine choice by Jimmy Crockett to send Bill.
What? But it was really cool because that's where we took the private jet. They picked us up. We flew to each girl's hometown. Picked them up. We flew into New York. We stayed at the Hensley Palace. But we had chaperones. And we went to the Broadway show to see Cats. Went out and had a great dinner at a Hawaiian place or something, I believe. But you understand me, it's... it was no hanky-panky because, brother, I mean...
All right, so they were underage, so obviously nothing...
We're on national TV and everything, and, you know... And it wasn't even like that. We had fun. You know what? We actually had a good time.
Now, you must have gotten submissions that were sent in from people who didn't win with some interesting photos, I would imagine.
But we got some good stuff.
I imagine. This is the 80s. The full bush was in
Jackie
style.
would keep all of them.
One lady actually wrote in, she said, I'm a nurse. I want to give them the claps. I can cure them.
Yeah, sure did. Said I want to give them the clap
so I can cure them.
For I can cure them. Dude, that's something.
Hey, I'm glad they didn't pick her. You know.
Hey, dude, it stacks the mail.
Who kept the phone numbers from those girls? Baron von Raschke, maybe?
Jackie Crockett used to come back and go, look at this one here. Look at this one. Read this letter.
They would come in bundles of just letters.
Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, a lot. But it was really a legit thing. It worked out good. We had fun, man. That was...
they picked them out.
But it's what we did.
Craziest rat story from your run. Well, let's hear it.
I'm gonna let Robert tell that one.
I'd say coming from Greenville one night, every time we leave the arena, these girls, they would line up and
they would jockey for position.
Yeah, I'm talking like 50 cars.
And that's not exaggerating.
Oh, to follow your car. Oh,
we left. They was already lined up. They'd follow us. And we're going down. We left Greenville. Me and Ricky, like I said, they'd jockey for positions. Finally, this one girl is on our butt so quick, we act like we're going to get off. We exit at the rest area.
No, we're going to pull in the rest area.
And so Ricky makes a turn in. When he does, Ricky turns back out. And they were already committed, so they had to go through the rest area. And we're doing about 90 miles an hour out here. They're going through the rest area at 90 miles an hour.
Look here, and come out right with us.
Right beside us. Me and Ricky's going, we're waiting to see a big crash. You know, somebody back out.
Yeah.
Thank God nobody backed out. They didn't hit anybody, but they got to the other end. Ricky just stopped the car, got out, and he kicked the shit out of that car.
Did you ever have to get out of the arena in a different car or hide or somehow like
Greensboro Coliseum, and this is how Robert just bought a brand new Trans Am.
Yeah.
And we pulled up in Robert's Trans Am, and I'm serious, dude. That's before they put the fences and stuff up. We were literally, they rushed the car into people. Faces like this on the window
brand new 88
because
Trans Am.
they're backed up.
pressing
You know,
against the
up
car.
again, we were literally stuck in the car for 45 minutes.
Right.
And
I'm
they were
blowing the
shaking
horn,
it back
screaming,
and
"Get the
forth.
hell off the car."
And
Brand new
shaking it back and
transmission.
forth. And finally, they had to get the police out there.
45 minutes later.
You know, get the police and get them back, get out of the car, Robert's car, like they took a goddamn sledgehammer to it, and all beat up.
45 minutes later, we got
but
out.
you know, now we're going. But I know where you're going on this question. Bullshit.
I didn't even get there.
I know where you're going on this question here, but you know, it's a lot of things I tell people,
Happily married.
and half of them, when I tell them, they go, "Oh, that's bullshit." Okay, so don't ask me no more to tell you a story. All right.
I would believe anything you told
but
me about
understand
that era.
Now this is
the two of you.
But you got to understand that was just one night. You hear me?
Well,
that was just one night.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, but when it comes to that, man, we see some crazy shit.
Now, you think I was going to ask you about, you know, the wild orgies in the hotels, but actually, I want to talk about the dark side of that fame and popularity, which is where you went with that, what could have been a 50-car pileup on a highway that a baby could have been in, or
I seen one do that.
destroying a car because they're climbing on a brand new car.
Yes.
Or you must have had some bizarre shit sent to you in the mail, or weird phone calls, or people stalking you at home and shit.
We'd actually had to have a cop out in Charlotte at his house and my house.
Right.
The cops actually parked out in the front yard to keep people away.
Did that. I was at my house at Indian Trail,
Still,
and it's just women that try to do that right there, and I'm laying here in bed, and all of a sudden my wife come in here, and she said, "Hey, there's a girl at the door." She says that you've been seeing her, that you seen her, and what the fuck? And I wake up and I'm going. I walk in there and I look out the door and it's great big girl, and my wife says, she said, "You've been seeing," and I looked at my wife. I says, "Let me ask you something, honey. If you was me, would you fuck her?" My wife beat that piss out of her. She said, "Hell no." She beat the piss out of her. I went back, got in bed, went to sleep. And she never mentioned nothing to me more about it. Can you believe that? Yeah, I stole that lie from somebody, but it worked at the greatest time in my life when it happened.
Did you get any bizarre items as gifts from time to time?
Dude, we got all kinds of stuff, man. I mean, when at Christmas time in Charlotte, North Carolina, dude, look, you had to drive a truck. People brought us, you know, but they bring us good stuff sometimes.
Okay.
You know, they Rock and Roll Express clocks. You know, they bring you bandanas, coats, actually watches, earrings. I wore earrings. They gave me earrings, clothes, and then that wasn't only on Christmas. They did a lot, and you know, and I had a
Teddy bears. We
bunch of
must
drawings.
give teddy bears away.
Oh yeah, you get them all the time.
8 balls?
No.
No. That was only the rock stars that used to get the little baggies thrown on the stage?
Oh well, no, we got a lot of that free too.
Right. You know, Gene Simmons of Kiss would often talk about when he was on stage and he would scout the crowd, he had codes that he would give to the roadies as to, like, third row, second seat, whatever, to pull a girl and bring her back. When you guys were in the ring, did you ever spot from the ring women in the crowd that you wanted introduced to you later on?
Well, I spotted them, but I didn't have to have nobody do that for me. I just went out there, "Hey,
You
come
just
here."
Okay. Very good.
Yeah, sure did. Gene Simmons ain't got shit on me either.
Well, what's your number if you had to put a number out there?
I can't. Oh man. Too many people might see this.
Well, do you think anybody that you know thinks you didn't get pussy?
Dude, I mean,
on
I can't. I couldn't name that. I don't know what to tell
You wouldn't
you.
even know, right?
You know, I was drunk the other night. and
Most at one time.
This
we
girl
can
walked
do
up to
that.
me. I mean, I'm sitting there. You know, I had me a few drinks, and this girl sitting there, and we're talking. You know, I'm loaded. I said, "What's your name?" She goes, "You won't remember." And I went, "Did I fuck you before?"
She said you didn't remember.
Hey, buddy, they come up all the time too. God damn. You know, this is 35 years later. Remember me? Oh shit! Please tell me I didn't.